Daniel, top 10 in both sessions today, very tricky conditions. How representative do you think it was?
Well, we were expecting more rain today, like a wetter Friday, and then it looks drier or dry for the rest of the weekend. So I think it was probably a bit more representative having some dry running today. But I think the temperature kind of gets better, and I think the track will improve a lot. Even FP2, there was still some damp spots in the middle sector and a few corners which were still a little like tricky. So I think the rest of the weekend will be better. I'm worried saying that in Spa because this place, you never know what the weather does, but I think it'll be more dry, more track temp, and probably just get the tyres working in a better place.
I know it's in the early days, but did the car feel good, at least in these conditions?
I think it was all right. There was a few spots on track that I was losing out, but I think that's clear, and a little bit of traffic and whatever else. But no, I think generally I think we're pretty comfortable. It's just, we will make some changes tonight. I think it's not like perfect. We'll make a few changes, but I think it's kind of clear enough what direction we'll go, and put us in a fairly comfortable spot tomorrow.
And was it quite cool to just get back in the car after the summer?
It was. It's always a weird one coming here, because no one's ever excited to finish a holiday, so you're like sad saying bye to a holiday. But then once you get back in the atmosphere and in the car, you realise that it's also a very happy place.
I want to assume you were heavy on fuel this afternoon. Is that the case?
I would want to assume the same thing. I wouldn't say so, no. We're just not very quick. I don't know why.
Okay,
Yeah.
So some work to do overnight. Is it salvageable? Is it condition related?
I really don't know. We're going out and giving it everything we've got. It's just, it could be tyres, it could be tyre temps, it could be wing level, it could be a multitude of things. So it doesn't feel disastrous out there, it's just we're a long way off. So, but we often find this on the Friday, and then things change a little bit more on Saturday. So I hope that that's the case.
Interesting how Sunday will play out with everyone taking penalties. You guys obviously not at risk of having to take anything over the course of the weekend. You're all okay?
Everyone's at risk, but at the moment we're not taking any penalties. The team have done a great job on that. So so we've just got to work hard tonight to analyse the data, try and figure out where we can get with this car. It doesn't feel the same as it did in at the last track in qualifying kind of time, but a Friday and Saturday morning it feels kind of similar to that now. So that gives me hope that we can turn it around.
George, you were mentioning struggling with the tyre temperatures out there. Was that just the conditions, or is that something that's linked to the car setup?
I think it's something we've struggled with quite a lot this season, is getting the temperature into the tyres. I struggled quite a lot today with that on every compound we use. So in these conditions, it's definitely something we need to work on. But it's something I know that you can find a huge amount of performance when you get it in the right window. So there's a little bit of optimism there, but for sure the gap to Max and the Ferraris is pretty extravagant.
Can you find a little bit tomorrow?
We're pretty used to having bad Fridays, so let's see if we can turn it around. But I don't think there'll be any guarantees we can find the performance that we found in the last race, let's say. But we'll all be working flat out tonight to try and get on top of it. But totally different day tomorrow. Conditions will be very, very different. So let's see what it brings.
So is the car feeling very different to Hungary, just in terms of comfort and drivability?
It's a totally different circuit. We're low downforce here. Hungary was max downforce. It was hot there. It was very cold here today. Drizzling every single time we was out on track. So not really any comparable settings you can sort of carry over. I think that's the unique thing about F1. Every single time you go out, it's got a different condition, a different limitation, and you just got to try and work around it.
Carlos, there were some tricky conditions out there today, but do you think in the dry tomorrow you'll be a bit more comfortable?
Yeah, honestly today I was comfortable and happy with the car. I know that the end result is P5 or P6 and not looking very competitive, but I was very happy with the car in FP1. In FP2 we did some changes that we know they might have not gone in the right direction, but if you give me back the car of FP1 I'm pretty sure we can be on the pace tomorrow. It is true that Verstappen looked very quick today, especially in FP2 with the new soft. In the long run we were closer, but he seems to be on it this weekend, and we're going to need to extract the maximum out of it.
Is that the pace that you think you could match eventually, or not, what Max is pulling out?
I think we could match it in FP1, so in FP1 we can, if we get the settings right, I think we will be more competitive enough to match that pace. I don't know, you never know.
And it looks like you're going to be lonely up at the front of the grid then, with Charles starting behind. So all to play for. You have to have your elbows out.
It's never lonely in F1. If it's not Max and Charles, there will be Checo, Lewis, and George, to battle with. So, yeah, it's never lonely and it's never easy. So I just need to keep my head down and try and put together a clean weekend and see where that takes us.